Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a topic that I don't think I've ever covered on my channel before. If you are familiar with my channel, you know that the products that I love and that I use all the time, I pretty much don't shut up about. I'm really not someone who gatekeeps my favorite products. I share them with you guys pretty much immediately as soon as they earn that status because I get really excited about them. But I realized that I actually have a small collection of products that I actually use all the time that are favorites of mine that I've never spoken about. Some of them I've spoken about on my channel here and there, but I haven't really declared as one of my favorite products, and others I have literally never spoken about on my channel at all. Now, there's not really a huge reason as to why I haven't shared these products with you guys. Sometimes the reason is as simple as I just don't feel like it's interesting enough. But honestly, mainly it's just because I circulate between so many different products that sometimes some just kind of get lost in the mix. So I'm pretty excited to open up my secret favorite product stash that I apparently had and share it all with you guys today. If you enjoy favorites videos, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and let's get into it. So the first product that I want to talk about is actually a powder. And you may gasp in shock because it's not Kosas Cloud Set, obviously. That is a product that I am very known to love on my channel. I have not kept that secret. I obviously still use and love my Kosas Cloud Set, but there's another powder that I've been using a lot of my daily routine that obviously I just haven't really spoken too much about, and I've been really enjoying, and it is the Huda Beauty Glowish powder. If you did not know, I do have very dry skin, and powders are something that I'm really picky about, and so it's not often that I come across a powder that I'm absolutely obsessed with, which is mainly why the Kosas Cloud Set became such a huge favorite of mine, because I really loved the way that it made my skin look. And what I really love about this powder is that it is a luminous pressed powder. So this powder does give the skin a very subtle glow, but there's zero shimmer or glitter in here, so it's not going to be super obvious or obnoxious on the skin. And the texture of this powder is super smooth and creamy. When you touch it, it feels like buttery soft. So it sits on the skin in a very flattering way. I don't find that it accentuates my dryness at all, and so I've been really enjoying using this underneath my eyes, all over my face. So it's safe to say that the Kosas Cloud Set did kind of overshadow this a little bit, even though this was a well-loved and well-used powder in my collection, and I just didn't really talk too much about this guy until now. So now moving on to the next product, and I actually have a pretty solid reason as to why I don't like to mention this on my channel very often, and that is the Gucci bronzer. I've definitely mentioned this on my channel before, but I don't think I've mentioned it in a very long time. And again, this is a product that I do like to often use in my routine. Even though I really enjoy this bronzer, I like the color of it, the way that it sits on the skin. I like that it has a really subtle glow without any shimmer to it. I do find that it is overpriced for what it is, and there's a lot of other bronzers on the market that are very comparable to this, and I don't feel that it's very unique. And so because of that, I just don't really feel like it's worth it to talk about it on my channel, even though I do enjoy the product itself. And that is something that I often do take into consideration when it does come to showing you guys different types of products. Oh my god, I totally forgot how much this bronzer was, so I wanted to refresh my memory, and it's $86, you guys. This is basically almost $100 with tax, and that's really insane for a bronzing product, even if it's a nice bronzer. I'm just wearing a liquid bronzer on my face right now. Let me show you what this does look like. So I'm gonna pick up just a little bit with my ColourPop F28 brush. It applies really nicely. It's not super powdery, which honestly, I would expect this to be literally a perfect product because of the price tag. And there's no real flaws in it that I'm able to see. It does work really nicely. I do like the slight glow that it has, but close to 100 doll hairs for a bronzer? No, thank you. But that's also exactly why I gotta get some use out of this in my personal collection. And if you're curious, the shade that I do use is 03. So now let's talk about some lip products. I actually have quite a few here, and I have these ColourPop So Glassy lip glosses that I'm really obsessed with, and I do use all the time. This is simply just a product that I haven't gotten around to sharing with you guys, but I've been using it for a while now off camera. When it comes to ColourPop, I haven't really been super excited about any of their launches. These glosses caught my eye immediately because they're super intense, really, really sparkly, and they give a lot of dimension to the lips. So I've been really enjoying these, especially on top of nude lipsticks, because it gives the most insane like sparkle and shine to the lips. And despite the amount of glitter that's in these glosses, there's no gritty texture to them. I actually have a very glittery gloss from Charlotte Tilbury that I cannot wear because every time I put it on, it just feels terrible on the lips. Like when I rub my lips together, I literally feel the glitter in it. That's not the case with these guys. They feel pretty smooth, so that's really nice. Both of these shades are really pretty. The lighter nude shade is called Epiphany, and then the pinkier shade is called No Joke. Next up, I have a single eyeshadow from MAC. This is a Powder Kiss Soft Matte Eyeshadow in the shade Give a Glam, and this color is basically just a really, really rich, deep, dark brown with, I would say, like purpley undertones. It's a beautiful brown color. I may have mentioned this once or twice on my channel, but this is a product that I genuinely use almost every single day. I think the main reason as to why I just haven't mentioned this or haven't had the chance to mention this is because it's a boring product. And normally when I put together videos, I want to talk about products that are fun and exciting, and a single brown eyeshadow is just not the most exciting thing. But everybody loves a good basic, and this is definitely a basic brown eyeshadow that I feel like everybody should have in their collection because it always just comes in handy. This is a beautiful eyeshadow color to really deepen up any type of eye look, but I do mainly use this to actually set my liquid eyeliner. I love a brown liquid eyeliner, and sometimes I want it to actually be a little bit deeper because some of the brown liquid eyeliners that I use don't really show up as dark as I would like. So I will often go in with this eyeshadow and just kind of press it on top of my brown liquid eyeliner, and so that's where I get the most use out of this eyeshadow, and it's just a huge staple in my routine and in my makeup bag. But even though it's like slightly boring, totally worth giving it a shout out. So this is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer, and this is a newer-ish product. I think it's been out for maybe a month or two now. So it has been out for a crazy long time, but I just haven't had a chance yet to talk about it with you guys, and I've been using it so much. Before trying this, my expectations were quite low because I'm not normally a big fan of the Huda Beauty complexion products. Their products just tend to be not really up to my preferences. They're usually very matte, very full coverage, and I kind of prefer the opposite. But I wasn't too far off because the Faux Filter Concealer is definitely not like a light coverage dewy concealer at all. It is full coverage, and it's kind of like a matte natural finish. It's one of those formulas that kind of just envelops the under eye without going into the fine lines, and it creates just a filter effect. So the name of this product really is pretty perfect, and so I've been loving this, especially on the days that I do want a little bit more coverage, or on the nights that I'm going out and I'm going for more of like a full glam look. And I also really like the fact that this isn't overly matte. It is called a luminous matte, which basically just translates, to me at least, to a natural finish. So despite it being like so full coverage and so filter-like on the skin, it's not unnatural looking. And I use the shade Vanilla Swirl 3.1B, which is my perfect concealer shade, so that also doesn't hurt. Let's talk lip liners. These are the Buxom Powerline Plumping Lip Liners. Now, I've definitely spoken about these before, but I don't think I fully proclaimed that they are some of my favorite lip liners, and I use them so often. Whenever I go towards a lip liner on my channel, I feel like it's very often the M Cosmetics lip liners or the Makeup Forever lip liners, and these Buxom Power Liners really land in the same pool as those other favorite lip liners that I talk about all the time. This shade in particular, which is High Def Honey, actually rivals two of my favorite Makeup Forever lip liners, Anywhere Caffeine and Endless Cacao. I actually find that it's kind of a mix between those two lip liners. High Def Honey over here, and then this is the Makeup Forever Anywhere Caffeine. So because it has those rosy undertones, but with that hint of coolness, I love using it to shape and sculpt my lips. And so I'm really able to like overline and shape my lips with this lip liner, and it just always looks so awesome. And the formula is also great. It's very creamy, so it glides on the lips really easily, but it sets down pretty much immediately, so it's not really going to slip and slide or go anywhere. And I also really love the fact that it has a little brush on the other side, and I always use this to kind of blend the line before I put on my lipstick to get a really nice seamless look. And just overall, I think these lip liners are totally underrated, and so I really wanted to finally cement them as some of my favorites. So High Def Honey is definitely my number one, and I also really like Hush Hush Henna, which is more of like a rosy pink. The next product that I want to talk about is actually an SPF product. product. And the reason why I haven't spoken about this on my channel yet is because when I first got this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna test this out. And once I know that I like it, then I'll start to talk about it on my channel. And that was a year ago. And I use this product all the time, especially on my no makeup days. And I just kind of forgot, honestly, to mention this product, even though it's a product that I use all the time. So this is from the brand Color Science, and it's called Total Eye 3-in-1 Renewal Care. This is a really interesting product. It's an SPF, so there's SPF 35 in here, and it's specifically meant for the under eyes. I don't know about you guys, but I find it really difficult to wear SPF underneath my eyes. A lot of them will break me out. So most SPFs, I kind of have to stop right here. If I bring them too close to my under eye, they'll just break me out. So I was on the hunt for an SPF for my under eyes that would obviously protect them because it's super important, but that would also not break me out. And I came across this product and I love it. So this is actually a tinted product. So to dispense a bit so you guys can really see the color, but you really only need a very, very small amount when you do use it. So the color itself is very peachy, so it's obviously more of a color correcting shade, and it does a really good job of color correcting the blue underneath the eyes. I don't use this every single day, especially when I'm going for more of like a full-on makeup look, because I tend to just like to wear normal concealer. But I love it on my no makeup days because it just does a really good job of brightening up my under eyes. Overall, I just feel like it's a really great and unique product. I haven't really tried anything else quite like it that works like this does. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions, because the one thing about this that isn't so great is that it is definitely a pricier product, but it just works really, really well for me. And my under eyes are such a finicky area. I break out so easily. So when I find a good under eye product that works, I hold on tight. Next, I have a liquid eyeliner here. This is the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Eyeliner. So I do kind of have two separate makeup collections. I have the majority of my makeup collection here in my office, but I also have a small makeup collection that I obviously keep at home in my vanity. Sometimes I'll take products back and forth if there's something in particular that I want to feature, but sometimes there's products that just really never make it back to the office. This is just one of my favorite everyday liquid eyeliners. I really like the size of this applicator. I've tried so many different sized liquid eyeliner applicators, ones that are bigger, ones that are really, really small. And you would think the ones that are teeny tiny to be the ones that you would be able to be the most precise with. But I actually find that those are some of the hardest ones to be precise with, because you have to make so many more strokes in order to get like a nice, smooth, straight, precise line. Whereas with something that is a little bit bigger, yes, it can be a little bit more intimidating, but it's going to be a lot easier to create a perfect stroke with it because you don't have to do as much work. And it comes to a very, very precise point. So I find that I'm very easily able to create a very sharp wing with this. And the wing that I have on my eyes today was created by using this eyeliner. The consistency of the formula also makes it an easy product to work with as well. It's not a super liquidy liquid eyeliner. I also really like the shape of the liner itself. It feels really easy and comfortable to hold. A blush from Patrick Ta. This is the Monochrome Moment Velvet Blush in She's Sincere. This basically had the same fate as the Rare Beauty liquid eyeliner. This is another product that has stayed in my vanity at home since I purchased it. This may have made its way to a video once or twice, but because it just lives in my vanity, it's just not a product that gets featured very often on my channel, but it's one that I use often. This is actually one of my favorite neutral blushes. I wear this all the time, especially when I'm wearing either an eye or a lip that's a little bit louder than normal, that I don't want to clash with my cheeks, or if I just don't really want to think about, pairing my colors, I'll just throw this blush on and not have to worry about it, because this is a blush that will really go with anything, and it just warms up the cheeks and kind of gives you that nice bronzy glow. So especially on a day like today where I'm wearing this really bright orangey red lip, this is a perfect blush to pair with this lip, because it's just not going to clash, but it's still going to give me a little bit of color and a little bit of warmth. I was just doing all the swatches on my face, which is why I look a little bit different. And I was looking at all the products and I realized that I forgot to talk about my last product, which is actually a hair care product. So jumping back on here to give you my very last product. It is the Amika The Shield Anti-Humidity Spray. So I don't think I've spoken about this product at all on my channel. It's one of my favorite hair care products to use when it's really, really humid outside. There are very few products out there that will actually help in stopping humidity from getting to your hair, and inevitably it will happen to a certain extent, but this is one of the very few products that I've tried that I actually notice a huge difference when I do use it and when I don't use it. So basically I use this product before I put heat on my hair. So if I plan plan on straightening my hair or curling it, I'll spray this throughout all of my strands, and then I will go in with my heat tool. So this is a heat protectant, but it's also supposed to be a style extender in that it doesn't allow humidity to take hold of your hair. Now, while there's not really a product that will 100% stop my hair from frizzing up or getting a little bit curled when I enter into humidity, sometimes after I use this and I go out into the world and it's super humid, and then I will think to myself, oh my God, my hair is probably a frizzy disaster right now. I'll look in the mirror and be pleasantly surprised. I also find that when I straighten my hair or curl it, whatever it is, if I use this product, my style does stay a lot longer, again, than if I just didn't use this at all. So I do find this to be a really effective product. I haven't really mentioned it on my channel, I think, at all. And that is it. Those are all of my favorite products that I rarely ever talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts in the comments and hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already and want to join the fam, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.